hello, hello. Hello, good people. This is me, Benjamin Lind of the Bulletin. And I wanted to go live again just for some quick chat and also playing the Wikipedia challenge. If you don't know what the Wikipedia challenge is, I will explain it to you once there is somebody here with me. For the moment, I'm alone. I'm used to it. But maybe you watch the stream afterwards when it pops up in my channel. Quickly, some thoughts about Road to a Million. I've had some comments on the channel. Hi, Vinny. Howdy. Glad to see you here. At least one person, so that's really good. You can help me play the James Bond Wikipedia challenge. Hope you can hear me all right. Sound should be okay. As I said, quick afterthought to Road to a Million. Many comments on my channel, and I've answered most of them, I think. Ranging from, you have to understand it's a game show, it's entertainment, it's escapism, and the strongest comment that I had to think most about was I make it sound boring that they have to sort of walk over a hill in Scotland, and the lovely person who saw my video and commented said that he had done this particular hike himself in that region, so he doubted that many people can actually do that because it's very hard to do. So I thought of what I have done in my life, the adventures I have had, and I've done a lot. So I've been hiking on 3 glaciers in Austria. I've been kayaking in France on the Ardèche River. Also done a survival training in France. I did a skydive. I rode horses. Shot bow and arrow from a galloping horse, which is very dangerous. Don't do it at home. I've done circus lessons on horses, vaulting and stuff. And generally being around horses is not without danger. Yeah, what else have I done? I've done a lot. You have to go through the comments and read it. I learned how to breathe fire, for example. Also something that you can die from if you do it wrong. So, yeah, you could put me in these situations in Road to a Million. Would I win? Probably not. No, because a simple thing like a fear of spiders would make me a loser. That's how it starts. But okay, Vinny, you finished watching Road to a Million today. I'm interested to learn what is your final verdict on it, having watched it for 8 hours. Pop it in the chat. Pop all your messages in the chat. I will answer any question, and in a moment we can play the Wikipedia challenge. The Wikipedia challenge is quite fun. I quickly explain to you how it works. The Wikipedia challenge is you open the web page, James Bond on Wikipedia, and you, in the chat, you give me any term you can think of. For example, let it be polar bear. And from the Wikipedia page polar bear, I have to find my way back to the Wikipedia page for James Bond. Often, depending on what people give you, this can be quite fun. But it's also kind of a game show, because you have to find your way back through general knowledge. You have to find things in the Wikipedia article connected to James Bond, and then you have to navigate back to James Bond. Vinny, you enjoyed it a lot. Felt long at times, but you liked some of the contestants. Yeah, absolutely. Since it's normal people, and I said that in another comment, you have to be able to relate to people in that game show. So that would probably be my only bonus point in participating in something like that. That people can probably relate to me. I don't know. Sometimes I'm quite funny, I'm told. Don't know. But yeah, definitely the relationships between the contestants, the varied backgrounds. That was interesting, but you never know where they come from, how long this was filmed with them together, if they were driven to places and whatever. You never know, and that's not for us to know. Every game show basically works the same. You are annoyed that they didn't recognize the Bond links. Yeah, I mean, you would welcome that. I mean, I saw this stuff pretty much instantly when it pops up on screen, but you're right. It could be annoying if you would have done this show with diehard Bond fans, because it probably would have been boring as well. So the outcome is it should be a totally different concept then. Always say yes to adventure. I only watched the first episode and found it rather boring and pointless. Yeah. That was my thought after episode 3. At least it needed 3 episodes for me to make it fine boring. Really, the locations and the cinematography, that was really fantastic. I'm also happy with the insert of the music, although it took them to episode 3 to get to John Barry. I mean, everything the past years was littered with Thomas Newman scores or Hans Zimmer. Bit more David Arnold, bit more John Barry, bit more George Martin would help incredibly. Ultimately it's the connection that is missing to Bond, the real connection. And I had another comment on the channel just this afternoon. Somebody said the connections are there. There are loose references to Bond, and the person who commented made the example of Margaret Thatcher's car. That was part of a question for the show. It's a loose reference because Margaret Thatcher pops up in For Your Eyes Only at the very end. Is that enough for me as a reference? I don't know. It isn't. Not to me. Because, and I commented, I have 3 lampshades in my living room that look the same, like in Dr. No when he shoots Professor Dent. They have the same color. They have almost the same size. Is that enough of a reference to Dr. No? Probably not. I also have a fake Orient Express desk lamp. Is that a reference to From Russia with Love? No. Somebody would probably say he's a big Bond fan and, what did I say? A cunning interior designer or something like that. You can find a connection or a reference if you want it to be there. And it's so desperate as we wanted it to be there. Yeah. It looked like it. No. Always say yes to adventure. You're right, the questions were too random and there was no connection from one location to another. That's true. It kept hopping back and forth, and I didn't really enjoy that. No. It would have been great would they have been given a map and some cash or whatever and say find your way to Venice by any means. But of course this would have been a really, really long show. 8 hours wouldn't have been enough for that, probably. You can shorten it, but then you make people lose the plot. I have some loading issues here. I hope you can hear and see me all right without too much buffering. I don't know why it's buffering here. Charles, hi, welcome to the chat. Let's play a round of Wikipedia challenge. Just one round to get us started. So the way how that works is one of you guys thinks of a term. It can be an animal, it can be a location. I give you an example, just a random example to show you how it works. I take the opera program of Carmen, lovely opera, my favorite opera by Georges Bizet, music by Georges Bizet. So if I type Carmen into Wikipedia, and I will give you the game screen here. So this is the screen, James Bond. I have to end up on this screen with as little clicks as humanly possible. This can be quite tricky at times. So let's do this. If we type Carmen, opera by Georges Bizet, I end up on this page, Carmen, and from this page I have to find my way back to James Bond. Okay, let's see. The plot of Carmen is in Spain. Bond has been to Spain, so that would be easy. Everything else I cannot connect. The composer is not connected to James Bond in any way, nothing. So what I would do is probably I would look at the story of Act 1. So the opera is in Seville. Bond hasn't been to Seville, but he's been to Spain. My guess is from Spain I can go to Bilbao, and from Bilbao to The World Is Not Enough, and The World Is Not Enough to, my wine glass, to James Bond, obviously. But I have to find it first. I have to find a mention of Spain. Yeah. This can be, and some people do that with 3 minutes or less, and then you lose. I'll try to look at the chat in between. I have to switch back and forth here. So let me see. Difficult. Yeah, you have all the cast of Carmen, instrumentation. There are the weirdest things that you can go back to Bond from. You can go back to Bond from bass drum, but it depends. So, Seville. I go to Seville. Seville is in Spain. Let me see. Spain. I go to Spain. No, I'm in Spain. And now I need to find Bilbao. Bilbao, right down here. Other major cities, Bilbao. From Bilbao, I would look up films. Usually that you can find that in media and stuff. Education, infrastructure, transport, culture, music. Let's see if it's in culture. Theaters, museums. There's a Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao. It is seen in The World Is Not Enough. So let's try that. Guggenheim Museum. And let's see if it pops up in media impact. There it is. The building was featured in the 1999 James Bond film The World Is Not Enough. If I click on James Bond film now, I should come back to James Bond in film. And, well, this is pretty much the same page as the starting page, James Bond, and there it is. James Bond, literally character. I could go to portrayal of James Bond. Well, I have to end up somewhere with James Bond. That's mainly how it works. So your task now, is anybody still here? Yeah. I could have gone to the adaptations of Carmen. Yeah, Carmen Jones. I could have found, starred Dorothy Dandridge, played by Halle Berry, who was a Bond girl. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. I actually have the film Carmen Jones. Yeah. I do have it. So now it's your job. Give me something. Give me some term you can think of, and I will try to find my way back to this page, list of James Bond films or James Bond, whatever. Can be anything. Lingerie. Oh, okay. Lingerie. Saucy. A good one, really. Lingerie. So, there we are. Lingerie. French. Of course, I speak fluent French. Of course not. Ooh. Nice. You got me there. Okay, how do I get from lingerie to James Bond? Let me see. Clothes, linen, erotic is too basic. Lady Duff Gordon, she was on... wasn't she on the Titanic? Fashion designer. That's how you learn things. First World War. From First World War, I could jump in some way to Fleming, but that would be very, very a long stretch. Market structure. The Guardian. Well, the Guardian writes a lot about Bonn. Not everything is good. Let me see. And don't give me any hints. I don't see the chat at the moment when I'm doing this challenge. So, oh, it's a very short article. Okay, short. Then I do something like I do an easy way. From lingerie, I go to United States. I'll tell you what I do. It's cunning. From United States, I go to one of the cities where Diamonds Are Forever was based, Las Vegas. I just see if I can see a list of cities. There is no list of cities. North America, 50 states. Then I go to the states. Las Vegas is Nevada. So, is there a list of the states? Geography, borders. Oh, list. There is a list of states. So, Nevada. And then I go to Las Vegas. There, Las Vegas Valley. And then I just have to find James Bond. Media. Newspapers, broadcast, magazines, transportation. Great, that didn't help me at all. Airports, rail and bus, roads. No. Let me see. Venues in Las Vegas. Okay. List of Las Vegas Strip hotels. Circus was in Diamonds Are Forever. Tropicana, the Link, Caesar's Palace, Circus, there. Circus was in popular culture. James Bond film, Diamonds Are Forever. James Bond, there we are. That was a stretch. Yeah, I didn't even share the game screen. Oh, that's really good. Sorry. So from I share the game screen with the next one. I went from lingerie to Las Vegas, and now it was a jump. Give me another one. Vinny, give me another one. And then first I think of sharing the game screen so that you can see what I actually do. That was stupid of me. Should drink a bit more wine. Then this will get better. Sometimes, see, I'm the ultimate contestant for a game show. I would be too stupid to do most of the stuff. Even sometimes when you ask me Bond questions, I give the wrong answer. So, guys, give me any term you can think of. A person, some item, or a location, or something like polar bear. That would be difficult to get back to James Bond. And I find my way back to James Bond. Lingerie was a good one. Yeah. But often you steer away from the original term that you were given and end up in stuff like Las Vegas, Nevada. So, Vinny, do you have another one for me? Give me another challenge. Are you looking something up? Somehow my screen is displaying something completely else. And a really big delay. Don't know what's going on there. But okay. Happens. So guys, give me any word. Or give me a question about Bond. I can answer a question about Bond in between. I just need any word you can think of. Number of scores John Barry did, 10-second limit. Oh my god. 12? 13? See, I would lose. 17? No. 10-second limit. I don't know. Really, I count things. I constantly count things. I think it was 14. Off the top of my head, I would say 14. But I do count things. I also go through the Bond films by year, so I know which film follows the other. Of course, I know the list of Bond films. I can name them without the number, but when I'm in a quiz situation or so, I go 62, 63, 64, 65, 67, 69, and so on, and then I know the film that belongs to that year. That's part of having the discalculation problem. I'm not very good with numbers. I'm a lot better with languages. So you calculate a lot when you have discalculation issues. Peel, is that your word for me to look up? Peel? Okay. Let me see. First, obviously, I have to switch to the game screen. There we are. So, you want me to do peel. Emma? Peel. Topics referred to. Peel, Western Australia. Is that what you mean? I'll just try it. Peel, Western Australia. Now I have to find my way back to the page I was before, which is James Bond. Okay, Bond has never been to Australia. We can establish that. So there is nothing that will help me here. But this could be rather easy because, as we know from the history of Australia, it was a British colony. The region is named after Thomas Peel, a British settler in Australia. Let's go there. Thomas Peel. He was born in Lancashire. Okay. So now I'm in England. That's good. I just have to find my way to something that has a connection with Bond. Maybe I just take United Kingdom. United Kingdom. And then I go to, let me see, London would be the easiest because so many Bond films have been shot in London. And then I need to find a popular location that brings me to either Skyfall or Spectre or No Time to Die. Or I'll take the College of Arms. If that is somehow in the list of administration, but that would be really difficult. Do we have something in culture, literature, film, and television? Let's go there. Of course, Sherlock Holmes. And I can only click something that is highlighted in blue. So that's the game. Paddington, Pinewood. So I can go to Pinewood Studios, and then pretty quickly I'm at James Bond. Yes, from Thomas Peel. From Peel in Australia over Thomas Peel to there. Did I do good? Was that what you meant? Like Emma Peel? Okay. Oh, the score answer is 12. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I said 12 first, but I can't remember. Sometimes, I store things in my head, but I could have easily said 14 and have gone with it, Nick, and would have been wrong, would have kicked me out of any game show. So, sometimes that's just the way it is. Emma Peel, you wanted me to do Emma Peel. Okay, I'll do Emma Peel. Pike, that's the new one. Pike. Now do you mean Rosamund Pike? That would be easy. Going from Rosamund Pike to James Bond. Pike. Okay. Just let me see. Pike. What exactly do you mean, Pike? Vinny? Blue pike, blue walleye, extinct color morph. Northern pike, common northern hemisphere pike. Places in Russia. There is a pike district, Pike Island in Nunavut, Pike River in Quebec, Great Britain, cold pike. Elaborate. What exactly do you mean, Vinny? Oh, you meant to write fish. Well, pike is a way off. Just generally fish, going from the term fish to James Bond. First thought is the fighting fish of Blofeld. Okay, fish. Let's do it. Challenge is on. Fish. Going from fish to the Wikipedia page of James Bond. Okay, already looking at the picture, I see one of these nice colored fish, which is a fighting fish. Now I have to remember fishes in Bond films. Wow, that is really difficult. But, you see here, there's already the white shark. I could go from shark to Carcharodon. See, Carcharodon is actually mentioned in License to Kill. So I'll go white shark, great white shark. Carcharodon carcharias. That's what Bond says in License to Kill. So, but the great white shark will probably not give me a way back to License to Kill. It will probably not even give me a way back to, I don't know, some other films. There is relationship with humans, shark bite incidents, attack on boats. See also books. Let me look at books. Devil's Teeth, 12 Days of Terror. Yeah, no. Okay, I have to find something else in the article to go from fish, great white shark, back to James Bond. Wow, Australia doesn't help me. Victoria, University of Florida. Florida. Bond has been to Florida in... Oh God. Live and Let Die? Yeah. Oh God. I'm such a bad Bond fan. No, and Goldfinger, obviously, Miami. Okay, I go Florida. University of Florida, where is it? The University of Florida is in Gainesville. Okay, so I'll take the state of Florida. Please give me the state of Florida somewhere. State University of Florida. History of the University of Florida. No. Ocala, Florida. Can I just get Florida? Marion County, North Florida. Well, that should be... Oh, it's Miami. Is Miami North? Oh. Or is it South? Is South Florida? Is Miami? I could go to, downtown Miami. I could go to License to Kill, or I could go to Goldfinger. So, let's take Miami metropolitan area. Is there something about hotels? Media. If there's film. Education. Oh God. Sometimes you scroll over it. Oh God. If they would just give me hotels, then I could find the the Fontainebleau Hotel. Oh, I have to scroll. That's really difficult. Miami-Dade is written on the police cars in Casino Royale. Oh God. Hurricane. Palm Beach Post. Difficult. Media in Miami. Print, radio, FM, shortwave defunct TV. Film, please, film. See you also, Fort Lauderdale. Where's film? Wasn't there film? List of TV stations. No, I don't want that. FM. Radio. This is still around. No, that doesn't help me. Media in Key West. List of municipalities in Florida. I think I have to go back. Oh, man. Anybody have a hint? I have to go back to Miami. My goodness. I know Goldfinger was filmed there, and maybe they have buildings. History, founding, geography, economy, tourism, culture, entertainment, law and government, international relations. Does it have sister cities? What sister cities does it have? Buenos Aires. Bond hasn't been to Argentina. Lima, Madrid, Spain. From Madrid, Spain, I could do the jump to Bilbao. Palermo, Santiago, Southampton. Cooperation agreements. Southampton. Well, since this is really difficult, I go via Madrid and Spain and take the same route via Bilbao and the Guggenheim Museum. I'm sorry. Yeah. Difficult. That was a good one. How did I get there? Building architecture. It was in film something. Foundation, cladding, original building, exhibitions. Media impact, James Bond. Okay, here I am. Oh, that was difficult. Yeah, that was really difficult. The rules for this game, Nick. The rules for this game, you think of a term, something, a person, or a place, a location, or something, and you write it in the chat, and I open the Wikipedia page of that term. For example, you say polar bear, and I go to the Wikipedia page of polar bear, and from polar bear I have to find my way back to the Wikipedia page of James Bond through any means necessary in as few clicks as possible. So Charles, you said snake. Now that seems easy when you think about it. That seems really easy. Let me just see if I can remove the chat, if I can pop the chat out so that I can see it on the side and see how that works, or if it overlays anything. Hold on. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong one. Let's see if I make this smaller. Probably will look stupid. Yeah, it will look stupid in the game thing. Okay. Snake. Charles. Let's go. Snail. Would have been good as well. Snake. Good. Here we are. Snake. So now I have to find my way back to James Bond with snake. It's not easy. Snake. Lovely snakes. Have you handled snakes? I handled one, and I was not happy with it. Okay. In what Bond films do we have snakes? We have snakes in Live and Let Die. Lots of them. Where else do we have snakes? Let me see. I probably get closer to Bond with a location. Here's Barbados, threat snake. Oh, was there a really terrifying snake? Oh, I know there was a snake in Death on the Nile, but that's Hercule Poirot. That doesn't help. And the snakes in Live and Let Die, there were quite many. There was a snake in his bathroom, but I don't remember what snake it is. Oh, goodness. Let me see. Ancient Greek. From Greek, I could go to Greece and go a totally weird way through For Your Eyes Only. The task is just to find your way back to James Bond. You can steer away from the page of Snake in an instant and go somewhere completely else. Fossils. No, that's way too old. I don't want that. Fossils, but nice looking though. Genetic basis of snake evolution. God, I might learn something. New Zealand. Bond hasn't been in New Zealand. Ireland. Iceland. Iceland. See, now we're talking. Die Another Day. Die Another Day was filmed in Iceland. Not just Die Another Day. Some other plate shots were made in Iceland. I think for No Time to Die. Now, I have to find that glacier where they filmed the car chase. That is Vatnajökull, right here somewhere. This is the one that nobody can pronounce, is the one that erupted in 2010. But here is Vatnajökull. That is the glacier where they filmed Die Another Day. So I just need to see in culture. The glacier was used as setting for the opening sequence of the 1985 James Bond film View to a Kill, right? And Die Another Day. It doesn't even mention Die Another Day. So here we are, James Bond. From Snake to James Bond via Iceland. Yeah. Sometimes it can be that way. It can be. Henry VIII. Moonraker has a snake. Yeah, of course. Henry VIII. Ooh. Henry VIII. Okay. Henry VIII. He was nasty. Henry VIII, King of England from 1491 to 1547. Now, it would be easy to go to King of England and then to the royal family, to Queen Elizabeth, and then somehow go to try to find a way to the premiere of the Bond films that she's been to, but I think that's too easy. So I steer around clicking on England and I try to find something else. God, good that they never made a painting of me that looks like that. I'll try to find something else. Duke of York. Catherine Chester. Are you good at history? I am. I'm hugely interested in royal families and history of royal families. So now I get a bit closer. Westminster Hall. The Palace of Westminster was used in Spectre. Westminster Abbey, Tower of London. Let me do Westminster Hall. Palace of Westminster, and see if there is a section on culture and tourism. So we have paintings. And this is really a fun thing. Elizabeth Tower. Everybody calls it Big Ben, but that's just the name of the clock that's in there. Yeah. See, I would be good for a game show. I would always answer Elizabeth Tower. I would never say Big Ben. And I tell it to all my students. So, I don't think they mention Bond. No. Sad. But, okay. Can I get another building? Difficult. House of Commons. Underground station is Westminster. Westminster Underground Station. Was that the one that Daniel Craig came out of? No, it wasn't. Oh God. River Thames. River Thames. I could take. I could go towards the boat chase of The World Is Not Enough. If there is the Thames in the arts, Visual arts, literature, music, major flood events. Oh God. Visual arts. Let's see. Yeah, it's paintings. Great. That doesn't help me. They could have mentioned that The World Is Not Enough was filmed there. I mean, it was a big thing. Okay. I could try to find if they mention the MI6 building or Vauxhall. This is the cities that it goes through. Navigation logs. The name origin. Yeah, okay. Cause. Let me look at the cause. So, Gloucestershire. I could stumble on anything here that could bring me back to James Bond, including all these cities. If just one pops up where somebody lives that I know, let it be John Glenn. Brentford. Brentford? Does Brentford have this parking garage where they filmed Tomorrow Never Dies? I think so. If I'm not completely wrong. Brentford. Rings a bell. In popular culture? No, it probably wasn't that. Ah, no. No. I sent myself on a totally wrong path there. Oh, that was good, Henry VIII. That was really good. I have to go back to the River Thames and its course. Henry VIII, and suddenly we're cruising down the Thames. Okay, let me see. But that was Brentford. Don't know. Vauxhall. There it is. Vauxhall. That's where MI6 is. So, Vauxhall Pleasure Gardens. Yeah. So, if there is one mention of the SIS building, then I should find my way to James Bond. Early history. Let me see. Vauxhall. History. Economy. Transport. Vauxhall Cross, I know, is the... Yeah, that's the tube station. And Vauxhall Cross is also the address of SIS. But it doesn't mention it. Oh, goodness. I have to go back. Oh, goodness. Vauxhall. Mainline station. Milk trains. London Underground. Oh, man. Oh, man. Check his wives. Yeah. I should have done. Yeah. I should have done. National Rail. London Underground connections. Incident. Oh, there was an incident. One person shot a rocket onto the SIS building. If that is mentioned, but it's not mentioned. I'm at Vauxhall Station, by the way. That's yeah. Stupid. I can go to Vauxhall Bridge. At least that's where they filmed Skyfall. Let me see if that is somewhere on recent history. Landmark. No. There's the SIS building. There, the SIS building now dominates the southern end of the bridge. There we are. Secret Intelligence Service. That's what I wanted. Now I just need James Bond films. And I'm back at list of James Bond films. Yay! Well, that was tricky. That was really tricky. Henry VIII. I should have gone with his wife. With his wives. Okay. Lots of opportunities there. Yeah. Robert Shaw played Henry. Okay, that would have been easy. Would have brought me straight back to From Russia with Love. Yeah. Leading lady with wife name. I can tell you which one without looking. Jane Seymour. I'm so stupid. Her name was Jane Seymour, wasn't it? Yeah. Eaton. Could have been good, yeah. Hi, Lorenzo. Hope you're having a great evening. Lorenzo, would you like to throw a challenge in? Think of something, whatever it is, from polar bear to, I don't know, lingerie. We already had that. Or some people from, I don't know, Mahatma Gandhi, whatever. And I have to find my way back to James Bond on Wikipedia. Just to show that everything is connected, which it isn't. It's fun. I like it. I like it. Jane Seymour. Why didn't I think of that? Nick, is it true that his wife was called Jane Seymour? I'm pretty sure one of them was called Jane Seymour. If my history doesn't leave me altogether. And this is, by the way, this is something that you didn't learn in school. Not in Germany. We didn't have that in school. No. We didn't. That was just that watching telly, reading books, whatever. Jane Seymour. Yeah. I was right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bond films that won Oscars. Thunderball won an Oscar for sound effects because they blew up rocket fuel, which was a great idea. Skyfall won an Oscar for the title song. Did Spectre win? Spectre win for title song? I think we had 3 wins in a row. Skyfall, Spectre. Did No Time to Die win the Oscar? I didn't see the last Academy Awards because I sort of steered away from the Academy Awards. I really loved watching it as a child because it was such a glossy world, and there were still films that I really enjoyed. Lorenzo, I'm going to be fun. Talk to food. I know we would talk about food, pizza. Which James Bond movie had more successful in history? Which one was the most successful one? Inflation corrected. I think it's still Thunderball. I don't know. Or it could be Skyfall. It could be Skyfall. It depends. I stopped keeping track of these numbers long ago. The last time I think I had a look at the top box office gross things was a long time ago. Vinny, dildo, try and get to Bond from that. You're naughty. First lingerie, now dildo. Okay. Tempted. As I said, I will take any challenge. So let's do it. We're gonna have fun with that. Dildo. It's also always fun to read that in a weird accent, Scottish or something. Not saying that Scottish is weird, but I use it for comedic effect, like Fat Bastard in Austin Powers. So, okay. Where do I start? Banana, zucchini, hot dog, food play. Shape. Japan. You know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to Japan because Bond was in Japan. And but I'm not an expert on China and Japan. Generally Asia. I'm not good. So I know that You Only Live Twice was in Japan. Welcome to Japan, Mr. Bond. So I should be looking for Tokyo. Tokyo. And then probably see if I can go through popular culture. Japanese. Oh, there we are. James Bond film, You Only Live Twice. From Dilton to James Bond in just a couple of clicks via Japan. Yeah. Thank you. I did get to Bond from that. But it's, I mean, sometimes something like Henry VIII can throw you off, and you don't think of Jane Seymour. My first thought was not to look at the names of his wives, although I know that one of his wives was called Jane Seymour. But I would probably, before I think of her, I would think of the other 7 first. But then whatever you're given as a challenge and you see something else that is connected with Bond, and I mean, we speak about a 60-year film franchise, pretty much anything is connected to James Bond in some way. And you just need to find something that you can connect in your head to James Bond and then go on from there. And Japan, and You Only Live Twice, was my best bet just now. So you can play that with friends. It's really fun. Even those who don't know the Bond franchise, that's even better. I mean, those that have seen a couple of Bond films and generally know what Bond is about, with them it's nice to play. Ohio. Okay, I'll try Ohio. Let me nip that up. Ohio. U.S. state of Ohio. Ohio. I have a student who is in Ohio at the moment. On business. So let me share Ohio. Now, the easiest thing would be to just go United States of America, take the same road that I took before via Nevada and Las Vegas, but I'm not going to do it because it's too easy. So United States of America is forbidden. I cannot click on that. I cannot click on Nevada, and I cannot click on Las Vegas. These are forbidden. The great thing is, since I'm the game master and the contestant, I can change the rules. So I have to find something else. Not United States, not Nevada, not Las Vegas. Ohio. So we have something else. Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, Akron. Dayton, my student is in Dayton at the moment, by the way. Yeah. I coached him on what to say when he enters the United States, because they ask you a couple of questions. Buckeye trees. That's not going to help me. Ohio River. Appalachian Mountains. Won't help me. Supreme Court. Swing state. You know what I do? I know what I'm going to do, but I don't know if it's in his Wikipedia page. I'm going to go through Presidents of the United States, go to President Kennedy, and then you should probably know where I'm going to. Kennedy was the 35th President of the United States, if I'm correct. Wow. Sometimes I'm amazed myself. But really, I said it in a comment on this Road to a Million thing. I have useless knowledge when it comes to that, especially about John F. Kennedy a lot. But I can name all the presidents, all the US presidents and their wives from 1945 till today. You will probably never need knowledge like that. But what if I would have opened a suitcase and there was the question, what was the name of Gerald Ford's wife who opened a clinic for alcoholics? I could have answered Betty Ford, just because I randomly remember things. So the story here is John F. Kennedy's favorite book was From Russia with Love. Now, this is a gamble because I don't know if this is in here. I would find it under maybe popular image, but it will be difficult because this is This is, well, an academic article about John F. Kennedy. It's not really that important that he was a fan of some James Bond book. But it could be in there. But John F. Kennedy was such a big figure that the article is very, very long. So I probably have to go another way. First thought is Camelot, the musical, going from Camelot to King Arthur, and then back to England. But I'm not trying that. The Kennedy curse. I have a second route that I can take. Kennedy's father was ambassador in London. So I could go via his father to London, the embassy, and then from London to James Bond. Affairs and friendship. We know the affair with Marilyn Monroe. Marlene Dietrich. I don't believe in that. Historical events. I don't think that will be mentioned here that he read From Russia with Love shortly before he was assassinated in Dallas. No. So that's actually not going to help me, which is sad. Then I take the road via his father, Joseph Kennedy. I just need to find him here. Joseph P. Kennedy Sr. Where is it? Let's see. Business, political career. Ambassador to the United Kingdom. Ambassador to the Court of St. James. Now I need something that I can tie to Bond. Queen Elizabeth, there she is. Queen Elizabeth I, obviously. That's not going to help me. Except I go to her daughter, Queen Elizabeth II. Now, which I could do. I probably will. Or I could go via the Netherlands and Amsterdam, and Diamonds Are Forever. Could also do that. Yeah. Because I think when I go to Queen Elizabeth's mother and then to Queen Elizabeth, there will not be a mention that she went to James Bond premieres. But there will be a mention, probably, of the Olympic opening where Daniel Craig took her to. Okay, I'll do that. Queen Elizabeth's mum, Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, she was 102. So, Elizabeth II. There we are. Still sad about her death, actually. What did I say? The Olympics. Okay. Reign. Go to reign. Turbulent years. Diamond Jubilee, Platinum Jubilee, and beyond. Diamond Jubilee, that was in 2012. So in 2012, that was the Olympics. So also opened the 2012 Summer Olympics. Now I didn't see if it mentioned James Bond right away. So, okay. Opening ceremony. 2012 Summer Olympics opening ceremony. I totally forgot the original, where we came from. What's the original? Academy Award winning Danny Boyle. Yeah. But it probably will mention James Bond. Here. Cameo appearance of the Queen with James Bond. There we are. Great. Yep. Ohio was the original. Yeah, Ohio. Time magazine article about 10 favorite books. That's where Kennedy said From Russia with Love, yeah. And he saw I think that was the story, he saw From Russia with Love a couple of days before he was shot in Dallas. Yeah. Ohio was tricky. But mainly, this game is tricky because sometimes you play it for time. So let's say I have 3 minutes. When the time runs out, I lose. That makes it a lot more dramatic. Or you say in 10 clicks or less. Really clicks on what is highlighted in blue. That makes it extra hard. So I didn't put any rules on this. It's just getting there is the challenge. Now think of something really, really hard. Spatula. Count spatula. That is difficult. I can imagine that is difficult. Yeah. I can just play a dumb luck that there is something in there. Spatula. Okay. Good. A flat, flexible blade used to mix, spread, and lift material. Fantastic. Yeah. How do I get from that back to James Bond? It's a short article. I can see it from the scrolling thing. So, pancake. Can I connect pancake to James Bond? Probably not. Scrapers. Bond isn't much of a baker. British English. British English. I can go to Great Britain. But then now we have to forbid Great Britain and United Kingdom because I used it often enough. Stainless steel. I could go to Jaws teeth, but I don't think that will be easy going through stainless steel, because it won't just have a section like in popular culture and say the teeth of James Bond henchman Jaws were made out of stainless steel. That won't help me, I think. So let's just see if there's something else. No, that's about it. Okay. British English. British English. Do I do that or do I do stainless steel? Stainless steel will be difficult. I use British English. British English. So, let's see. And now I can't go to United Kingdom, England, or London. So I have to do something else. It's kind of Normans, Latin, French, dialects. Scottish, English. I can go to Sean Connery, Scottish English. Scotland. I'm not going to the United Kingdom, Scotland. And now I try to find notable people from Scotland. Literature and media. Scottish literature, media. If Sean Connery is in there, then I should be good. Of course it isn't. Why doesn't it give me famous people from... Well, okay, there's sport. And that's it? That's it? Where was Connery born? Oh, God, where was Connery born? Oh, my God. That I forgot. I can go through Glasgow. But that would be difficult. Is there nothing else? Literature and music, economy, law and order, demographics, natural history, Kingdom of Scotland, 21st century. Oh, God. Can I go to Mary, Queen of Scots? Then I end up with Elizabeth I. Ah, Edinburgh. Yeah. He was born in Edinburgh, though. Okay. I just forgot. Edinburgh. Let's see if there is a list of notable people. Thank you for helping me, Nick. Of course. People. List of people from Edinburgh. I have the feeling this list is incredibly long. And he's not in there automatically, so I would go list of people from Edinburgh. Is it sorted? A. Okay. Then I just need to go to C. Calvert, Capper, Chesser, Cousin, Craig. Where's Connery? Are you sure? Is that politicians? Is that a... Oh, architecture. Oh, I'm so stupid. Architecture. All right. Okay. I'm so stupid. Arts. Dumbass. Arts. Okay. Connery. There he is. Okay. Sorry. James Bond. Literary character. Okay. Portrayal of James Bond in film. Yeah. Give me just James Bond here. James Bond. There we are. Ah, tricky. Yeah, it was tricky. I really forgot he was born in Edinburgh. Sometimes I'm so stupid. Yeah. Oh. Has anybody been to Edinburgh? I always wanted to go. Scotland was on my list for this year, but somehow I couldn't make it. But I did Prague, and I did something else here close to me, the Harz Mountains, just for relaxing. And I will be going to Hamburg at the end of this week. Yeah, because there is an exhibition about Tutankhamun, an immersive exhibition. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hamburg, of course, the city of tomorrow never dies. Breasts. Vinny, it's getting better. Breasts. All right. Oh, people really get something to see here. Okay. Let's quickly skip the introduction. Thank you. The vivid introduction with pictures. Don't want YouTube to throw me out. Okay. From breasts to James Bond. Let me first look at this. Society and culture. Art history, body image, clothing. Measurement. Clinical significance. Maybe. I can already feel that this is really difficult. I'm looking for some name, like a zoologist, and then find my way back to whatever. Because chimpanzee is not going to help me. Anatomy, that's also probably not going to help me. Oh, God. Difficult. Why did you come up with that? Just for fun? Plenty of tool. Yeah, but it won't give me that in the article. That's the problem. Man. That's really, really difficult. Breastfeeding, clinical significance, plenty of tool. Testosterone, plastic surgery, that's not going to help. Society and culture. Sexism. Let's go to sexism. We know that has a connection with James Bond. Don't we? There's no use denying it. Examples? Education, fashion, conscription, in language, objectification, sexist jokes, media portrayals. Let's go there. Media portrayals. Sexist jokes, there's not much. Might have gone to a dead end. But early James Bond films are very, very sexist. There's no debate about that. Sexism, domestic violence. Was that going to help? So in the end, I have to hope to stumble upon something like Brazil. And once again take the geographic route back to James Bond. Brazil. Now, what was filmed in Brazil? Moonraker was filmed in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. So, that's a stretch from, going from sexism to Rio de Janeiro. Culture, cinema, Rio de Janeiro. I'll go there in a minute if it's not mentioned here. It's not mentioned here, so I go to Rio de Janeiro. And then to Sugarloaf Mountain. And then see if it pops up in popular culture, appearances in media, James Bond film, Moonraker. There we are. From breasts to James Bond in less than, I think that was less than 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Via Brazil. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about Bond-wise? Probably. Do you want to get my insight on something? Do you have questions? Just take a pause. Maybe I eat a Twix or something. Orchestra. Don't you think orchestra is easy? Orchestra, from orchestra to Bond? Let me see. Orchestra. Okay. I know what it is, so I don't need to look at that. I would probably look at famous orchestras, but this is just an overview. It's just a general overview of what an orchestra is. It won't give me things to click. So what I could do is orchestras that specialize in Baroque music, for example, Johann Sebastian Bach, George Frederick Handel, or classical repertoire, Haydn and Mozart. Mozart and Handel and Bach have been played in Bond films. I know that in The Spy Who Loved Me, Stromberg is listening to Air on a G-string when his villain Lair goes down. Yeah. That I remember, so I could go there. Air on a G-string. It's a really, really popular. I'll do that, but it probably won't give me James Bond. I'm pretty sure. If I look at famous works, compositions, I don't really know what it is. Is it orchestral music? Oh God. Cantatas? It's all German, so that's good. Church cantatas. Now I don't know what it actually is. What kind of a piece it is. But it's so famous, it should be listed here. It's not a cappella music. Oh man, Mass in B minor. Organ works? No, it's not an organ work. Air on a G-string. English suites, French suites. orchestral and chamber music. So sonatas and partitas for violin. It could be there. Violin concertos. The Brandenburg concertos is not. Orchestral suites. Yeah, there it is. Air on the G string. Some of Bach's most popular melodies. Air on a G string. So this is from Orchestral Suite number 3 in D major. So is it that? Is it that? Air on the G string? That's it's not the original. Okay. It's the suite in D major. Okay. Not to be confused with Johann Sebastian Bach's orchestral suite. Okay. So, Air in D major. That's the one. Became known as Air on the G string. Source is lost. Now, it doesn't give me James Bond. I was quite sure of that. Okay. Sad, because that would have been good. Let me see if maybe the popular music. No. It's not going to help me. So now I'm in a dead end. Now I have to find my way to something else. That doesn't help at all. Okay. Good. But it was played in the Spy Who Loved Me. So at least that's what I know. Good. Then I go back to Johann Sebastian Bach. Bach, actually. It's, if you speak German. He was born in Eisenach and died in Leipzig. Now I know what to do. Leipzig, the city of Leipzig, had a different name not before the reunification, but it had a different name in the past. If I'm correct. So I just need to find the history of it. History, origins. So, because you'd be surprised if it's true. I think it was called Karl-Marx-Stadt. 1930s and 40s. 37, 38. I might be mistaken, but this was the first thing that came into my head. And then it would be really, really weird, because I'm German and I should know. Yeah. I think they renamed it. But no. Okay. Since I'm German and I have to know that, I need to know what Karl-Marx-Stadt was. Oh, it was Chemnitz. Okay. It was Chemnitz. Okay. I mixed up the cities. Sorry. Good. Then Leipzig does not help me. Great. Fantastic. Really good. Orchestra. That was a good one. Because I used several dead ends, including Johann Sebastian Bach in the city of Leipzig. Okay. I can go to East Germany. I can go to World War II to find my way to Fleming. East Berlin I could go to. Fleming was there. But I could do something else. Notable people from Leipzig. Writing and arts. Writing doesn't help me. Art would help me. Wagner was born in Leipzig. Clara Schumann was born there. Max Beckmann. If I can tie anyone to Bond in a significant way, Till Lindemann. He's the frontman of Rammstein. Oskar Lenz, Hans Meyer, Krombiger, singer and musician. Doesn't help me. Doesn't help me at all, sadly. Wagner doesn't help me. Schumann, Mendelssohn. I don't want to take the route via a second composer, because that is not going to help, and I can't tie Leipzig to anything else in Bond. War figures, no. Sport, no. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. My own city would have actually helped, because we have the Rollei camera works, and Bond uses a Rollei camera in From Russia with Love. So what I could do is I look up geography and sister cities. Maybe I can get away with that. Where is it? Twin towns, sister cities. So the twin town of Leipzig is Birmingham, in the UK at least. Bologna, Italy. Can find my way to Quantum of Solace there. Frankfurt, Diamonds Are Forever was shot at Frankfurt Airport, but it won't mention at the article for Frankfurt Airport. I'm pretty sure it won't. So I would take something more interesting. Although it's my only option. To Birmingham. Let's take Frankfurt. And take Frankfurt Airport and see if, and that is a very narrow chance, that Frankfurt Airport is named as filming location for Diamonds Are Forever. It probably won't be. So there is Frankfurt Airport, which is our main international airport by passenger numbers. It's about, in media. So Frankfurt Airport is featured in Discovery Channel series X-Ray Mega Airport, but it doesn't list James Bond. But Diamonds Are Forever was filmed there. Very, very short scene. But it doesn't help. So now I have to go from Frankfurt Airport to whatever. Okay. Gamble. I'll take Hamburg Airport. Just because it's fun. And I'm pretty sure that it also won't mention it. But in Hamburg, the filming of James Bond was very, very big. And Fuhlsbüttel Airport, they are very proud that a James Bond film was made there. So it might be in the Wikipedia article. Maybe buried in history. Geography? No. No. It's not important on a Wikipedia article about an airport that a Bond film was made there. So, my gamble didn't pay off. I could find the Hotel Atlantic in Hamburg if I just go via Hamburg. And the Inner Ulster Lake. That is where the hotel is. And just looking at that image, Bond drove one time around the whole lake, because you see all the buildings in there when he drives there with his BMW. Okay, but it doesn't give me the hotel. Ulster is there. Is also the outer Ulster Lake. So, Hotel Atlantic is right here, just after the Kennedy Bridge. Location of a number of hotels. 5-star Superior Hotel Atlantic. There it is. There it is. And if that now gives me Tomorrow Never Dies. There it is. In 1997, parts of the James Bond movie Tomorrow Never Dies were filmed in the hotel, and we're back at James Bond. Wow, that was going from orchestra to that. Wow, that was a stretch. And see, I thought it would be too easy at the beginning. How wrong I was. How wrong I was. Kate Bush. That's coming up soon. Oh, I know people who hate Kate Bush. First, let me check the message from Nick. Views on Eon and the general intentions of Barbara and Michael going forward. Will any reboot take us further away from what the hardcore fans actually want? The director corporate approach. Okay, that is a very interesting, very interesting question. So let me get into that for a moment, and it fits perfectly with my views on Road to a Million. I need more wine to answer that question. Don't worry, I will do Kate Bush. I will go from Kate Bush to James Bond in a moment. I just have to run up that hill in a moment. Oh, Kate Bush. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a Kate Bush fan, Vinny? Personally, I have a small dislike. I can listen to it, but okay. My views on Eon. First of all, I'm always a very diplomatic person, so I will not say things like Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson should leave the franchise alone and they should take their hats and go. I would never say something like that. I have always, for many years, I have said I trust them with James Bond. And they know what they're doing. They are experts. We are not. I am not a producer. I'm not a film producer. I don't know what you have to do to make a film successful and to get the money and to get the team together to make a good film. And they have a good team to make good films. Fantastic films that are very expensive. And films are getting more and more expensive all the time. And there is competition. Little, but there is. And it's difficult to speculate about their intentions, what they want to do with Bond in the future. I think there is a general wish to go forward with it, to maybe modernize it, to keep it relevant. I'm pretty sure they still have this intention. But I said it a couple of years ago, maybe they should have transferred their share of the franchise and their workload, if I want to say it like that, to somebody else who wishes to drive it forward faster. I was thinking of Greg Wilson at that time. From the moment when he stepped on the scene, Greg Wilson, and he has a video game background, but still he seems to be actively involved in the making of the Bond films. He has been actively involved, and at some point I thought this is the new blood, the new generation of Bond producers. It will be Greg Wilson, and he picks some partners that he wants to do the Bond films with, and then we're good to go. But Barbara and Michael are still in it, and she is a very powerful woman. She has the potential to steer this thing, but I don't know, or I can't find a reasonable explanation why so many things that they do turn into mishaps. The only criticism I really have, and this is lingers over everything, is they've completely lost touch with the fan base, and a lot of fans are saying that they have never carefully listened to what we fans would like. And you can't always say it's about the new audiences. It's about another kind of audience that now discovers Bond films instead of the old guard. You have to somehow please both at the box office and outside of the box office. That's my opinion. With a franchise that has a 60-year history, you will have all ages of Bond fans. You will have 60, 70, 80-year-old Bond fans, and you will have people like me, 42, half their age, and you will have new ones that are 20 years old, or maybe 17, 16, like I once was when I saw GoldenEye. I was a lot younger, but you will have all of them represented in fandom. And to keep all of them happy is a daunting task. I would not want to do that day in, day out. I would not like to be in Barbara Broccoli's shoes for one day. Not one day. But as I said, they have lost touch with their fan base long ago. Long ago. Somewhere at the end of the 90s, and certainly when Daniel Craig came along. When Daniel Craig was cast as Bond, and the product placement in the films increased. I mean, there was a lot in the Brosnan Bond films, don't get me wrong. But while the Brosnan Bond films were on in the 90s, there was a different kind of fan around. I was a different kind of fan. I was happy running around with a plastic Walther PPK and fake shooting my friends, doing stuff like that. We were happy with that. And what did it cost us? Nothing. Couple of hours outside in the fresh air and $7.95 for a prop gun. Yeah, that was enough. That was really enough. Obviously we don't do that anymore, because today you cannot just run around with a fake gun. Obviously, not even here in Germany. I mean, they could take it from you if it doesn't have that red cap in the front and you're like a 5-year-old, then they wouldn't arrest you. But otherwise, with the current situation in the world and so much terrorism going on, not a good idea to have a gun. No. So that's not an option for me. But look at the 007 shop. And I always thought of making a feature about the 007 shop and what I dislike. Look at the products there. I mean, I don't need to tell anyone they are ridiculously expensive. I don't want them. I don't need them. And the things that are not expensive, that are sort of mid-range priced, look ugly. These t-shirts by Bella Freud that look like a 5-year-old designed them, with some writing slapped on it that makes absolutely no sense, and it cannot be tied to any film properly. Yeah, it has no Bondian feel to it. It's just things that somebody said on screen. It's an image of Jaws and something. I would never wear that in public. I wouldn't even wear that as a sleeping shirt. Not in a million years. I don't know what they thought. But that is the only thing that is, I wouldn't even say affordable. It's a waste of money. But other things like travel suitcases, necklaces, jewelry, for thousands and thousands of pounds. Who wants that? What is the target audience? Millionaires? I don't know. What kind of a job do I have to afford these things? And I'm not a person who wants to live the James Bond lifestyle. Not at all. Because first of all, I'm not James Bond. That's where it starts. I don't need to live a James Bond lifestyle. I live my lifestyle, because this is my life. I'm not James Bond. And I'm not a character from the James Bond films. I'm me. So, I don't know. That has always been my feeling. And I know a lot of fans who say the same. Generally in Europe, here, we are not that lifestyle orientated. Not at all. Because we have our lifestyle. The French have their wine and bread and cheese. We Germans have, I don't know, sausages? No, stereotypical. I like my glass of wine. I like sunshine on my balcony. I can have my plate of cheese out there. I can eat out there on the balcony. That's my kind of luxury. That's my lifestyle. Yeah? And is that a Bond lifestyle? No, but it's mine. And I'm happy and content with it. So I work a lot. I work 11 hours a day on average. And then my luxury is to sit down with a glass of wine and do what I want to do. Go live whenever I want to go live and speak to you guys. That is my luxury. I don't need to drive a fast car. I actually don't even have a driver's license. I don't even have a refrigerator. So, speaking of luxury. because I don't need it. I don't need it. Everything I eat, I cook fresh. And that is also a luxury because I'm able to cook quite nicely. Sometimes. It's not that I eat Twix bars all day. But yeah, that's it. I don't need these expensive products. Nobody else needs them. Nobody needs a Steif teddy bear. Why? What do I want with it? And its trousers are missing. They just painted it black. Lazy. Sloppy. That's what it is. And this is called out of touch with the fan base, because that's not what they want. And Road to a Million is another example, because whatever reason you find for Road to a Million being really good or really bad, you end up with the same thing. The people who say it's really good, but there's this and this missing, okay, for them it worked. Great. But it's not a new Bond film. They will say something else. They would say, oh, well, I wish they would do a new Bond film. So, and for those who are bad, which is at the moment the majority, I read the comments on Facebook, a lot of fans that have very high regard and high standing in the community, pretty much all of them wrote, show is not for me, including people who worked on the Bond films. I also read comments by people who worked on the Bond films who said the show is shite. So probably it is. That's the general consensus. It's not just me. And I said it in a comment. Would it have been great? I would have recorded a raving review. Definitely. If there is something really good, I'm waiting for it to happen, that I can put out a raving review about something that Eon Productions presented us fans with. But in recent years, this has become more and more difficult because it's not happening. There is nothing that I like and say, hey, wow, they really did a great thing there. The Bond world shifted into this lifestyle thing and live a Bond lifestyle. For some people, it's okay. For me, it's not. It's just not for me. It's not the lifestyle that I want and that I lead. But I can if I want to. But on my terms and on my the way I do it. So I can go to fancy parties. I can wear a tuxedo. I can do it anytime. I can go to the opera on Friday and wear a tuxedo if I want to and pretend I'm James Bond. I can do it every day. Absolutely no problem. I can behave in public. You can put me on a table with presidents, with royalty, absolutely no problem. I learned all of that from my mum. I know how to eat on a table that has so much cutlery on it that you don't even know where to start. I know because I was taught. So James Bond also knows these things. I know several languages, at least the basics. I can communicate in them. And I can read a map. I can mention a lot of things. But if you would throw me into a Bond life-like situation, I would probably be able to handle it in some way. But I don't need all this fancy stuff. There's a notebook and a travel suitcase that has a 007 logo on there somewhere. No, I don't need that. Oh God, a normal suitcase will do. My tuxedo will be crumpled anyways. So, director, corporate approach. A lot of people are screaming for Christopher Nolan as a director for the next Bond film. I personally hope they won't do that because, as I said in the last stream, he's not my cup of tea, Christopher Nolan. I don't like many of his films. I liked Oppenheimer, though. Really enjoyed it a lot. It was a brilliant piece of film, although it was very long, 3 hours. But generally, from his other output, I would say, please, no. But I couldn't give you another director off the top of my head to say, oh, that would be good. Because frankly, I haven't seen a lot of films recently because there are no good films around. There are only a handful of films that I would say, oh, it's worth watching. And that depends on the genre. Sometimes I like drama. I saw The Last Rifleman with Pierce Brosnan. That was a good film. It was a really good film. But could the director handle an action film like James Bond? Probably not. So it's useless to recommend it. Could Kate Bush sing the title song? I don't know. Nick, does that answer your question? Vinny, let's do Kate Bush. Okay. Kate Bush. Let's find my way from Kate Bush back to James Bond. She is an English singer, so I can't use United Kingdom, England, London, because I've used them before and it would be too easy to go to James Bond. Let me see. It's no use going through her songs. You probably know the way, but Bexley Heath, Kent. Kent won't help me. No. Netflix series Stranger Things. None of the actors in Stranger Things has any connection to Bond. That won't help me. But did Netflix have a Bond output? No, nothing. Of course not. Brit Awards, Grammy Awards. Grammy Awards, I could probably find something about Adele. But okay, let's remember that. Let's keep it in our head and see what else comes up. Karate. Has Bond done karate? Yeah, well, The Man with a Golden Gun, but that was more. Pink Floyd, no. The Beatles could help me, because from the Beatles I could go to Paul McCartney and the Wings and then go to Live and Let Die. I'm going to do that. Let's keep it musical. The Beatles, Paul McCartney, there he is. How old is he now? 81. Wow. So, Paul McCartney and the Wings, here it is. Paul McCartney and the Wings, they recorded Live and Let Die. And here it is. After the release of the title track of the James Bond film Live and Let Die, 2 members resigned from the band and we're back at James Bond. Keeping it musical, from Kate Bush to Paul McCartney and the Wings to Live and Let Die. That was okay. Stranger Things does have one actor who has appeared in Bond. Really? Let me think. Don't tell me. Let me think. Of course, I'm so stupid. David Harbour. He was in Quantum of Solace. Ow. Ooh, that hurts. Ooh. Okay. But hey, I remembered. I just didn't think of David Harbour. I thought of Winona Ryder and all the kids. But I didn't think of David Harbour. But in the end, I did. And his role was relatively small, but funny. And he had a moustache. Didn't really look like David Harbour. But yeah, that was right. He was in Quantum of Solace. A film I've only seen a handful of times. So, like 3 times. Because I don't like it. Okay. One last Wikipedia challenge. Because I've been on for almost 2 hours. Unless you wish me to go on. Yeah. Nick, we can speak a bit more in a moment. If that's your sort of thing, I can answer you pretty much anything. Sometimes I have to think about it, but yeah. Okay, let's do something else. A new Wikipedia challenge. Give me something. Kate Bush was quite good. That was good. Yeah, we're on the same page, Nick. Yeah. These are the issues that interest everyone, I guess. Because Eon Productions, Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson, they are sort of it's almost a mystical, like Camelot. You think, does it exist, this whole world behind closed doors at Eon House? What do they do there? Do they meet regularly? How do the castings work? These are all insights that we don't know. There is so much in the shadows. And partly that's maybe a good thing. Yeah. that's a good thing. But do I want to know everything? Every little decision that's made and how it is made? No, probably not. That's part of the mystery of Eon Productions and how it works. But still, I had the feeling that they were opening up a little bit towards their fans. And but it's like a graph that goes up and down, up and down. And that's just weird. Vinny, here's a tough one. Keeping it with the music, get from Spice Girls to Bond. That actually is not difficult. I can tell you right now, going from Spice Girls to Bond works over Roger Moore and the film Spice World. But let's see. Wikipedia has to have that information, otherwise I can't click it. Okay, Spice Girls. Oh, I listened a lot to the Spice Girls in the 90s. I remember when I came home from school, their first hit single had been released in Germany, which was obviously Wannabe. And that was something. Yeah. So, quite easy. Portrayal in the media. As long as it is here. And the film Spice World is mentioned here. Here we are, Spice World. And there is Roger Moore. And from Roger Moore, I go to James Bond. Yes! End up at the literary character, but okay. Yeah. Why does that always happen? Because James Bond is somehow linked weirdly. But okay. Yeah. I'm back at James Bond. Yeah, Spice World. The film was shite, but it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Of course I've seen it. I've seen so many stupid films. There was another film with Roger Moore that had skiing as a theme. I think it was called Fire, Ice and Dynamite. Also, silly as hell. But Roger Moore. That's enough. At the time when it was enough to sell films with the name of the star, Roger Moore, Fire, Ice and Dynamite. It was a hit in Germany, obviously. I think I have it somewhere. But, it was weird. Spice Girls, yeah. I liked the Spice Girls. Occasionally I listen to their music, yeah. This is fun. They were at the 2012 Olympics as well. Shouldn't do a Bond theme, though. No. Although, fun fact, I made a fan film in 1998 called White Countdown. A James Bond fan film called White Countdown. White because it had to do with drug trafficking. A drug trafficker who was just using his drug trafficking activities as a front for acquiring a nuclear device that he wanted to detonate and threaten America and the US with. And Bond had to work with a CIA agent to stop him. Looked really good on paper, was very difficult to film. But our title song was the only Spice Girls song that sounded remotely mysterious, and it was called Too Much. Yeah. That's what we used as our title song, because it has a nice orchestration. It was a slow song. It automatically gave me a sort of Bond feel. And that's what we used, yeah. And the film was never completed, actually. We filmed, I think, like 45 minutes. Roughly cut it together on VHS, where you always had to press record and play and things like that. And yeah, horrible. I still have some scenes on my computer. I can dig them out at one point. I was a lot younger then. The song is slinky. Yeah, it wasn't your usual Spice Girls song. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions for me? Let's do 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. One more game of Wikipedia challenge, And then we have the full 2 hours, and then I leave you in peace because it's Monday. I mean, I'm on holiday. Well, I don't care. But you guys might, depending on where you are. And I haven't eaten. I'm drinking like a king, but I haven't eaten anything. Oh, wow. Spice Girls. Which Bond girl... No, which Spice Girl sang a Bond song? Do you know that? Because they all did individual stuff, and one did a cover of a Bond song. Yep. Also did a cover of a popular Petula Clark song. Yeah. And it wasn't that bad. The cover wasn't that bad. There are many James Bond cover songs that are really good, and there are many where I say, ooh, artistic. When they start to play with arrangements and tempo and stuff like that, or acoustic, then it gets weird. But there are some good cover renditions of Bond songs, and one Spice Girl did record a version of a Bond theme song. Yeah. Do you know it, Vinny? Correct. Emma Bunton. Yeah. That's right. Live and Let Die. She did. It was rather good. Okay, Vinny, do you have a last one for the Wikipedia challenge? A really difficult one. Give me a really difficult one. Something like quantum mechanics or something like that. Really difficult. Free Me. Yeah, I listened to that. Yep. Emma Bunton, she has a lot of talent as a solo artist. Yeah, and I think she survived longer than the rest. Yeah. Yeah, as a yeah, not that the others are dead. as a solo artist. I mean. Oh, I feel a really difficult challenge coming. Vinny, give me the final difficult challenge of the day. Links. Okay. Yeah, I can see that is difficult. Links. Goodness. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Medium-sized wild cats. Links to James Bond. I cannot click United Kingdom or London or United States, Nevada, Las Vegas, and things like that, because I use them too much, and then it's not easy, not difficult enough. Okay, I could just go to Bowtie. Yeah. Shall I? But I have the feeling I end up in a dead end, because Bowtie does not automatically mean, hey, there is a sentence about James Bond in there. But let's keep it in mind. Let's keep Bowtie in mind. I can't do anything with Canada. It's useless. Useless. Bobcat species, no. Asia, Siberia. No. Alaska. Oh wow. Oh man. Bobcat. I know Bobcat Goldthwait. I can take another animal. Fox, sheep, squirrel, mice, turkeys, birds, goats. Birds. Yeah, that's a stretch, going from birds to the original James Bond. Who was a bird watcher? No. At the moment, best bet, Bowtie. Now we have Pakistan and India and Iran. Several options there. India, I could go for Octopussy and Yagmandir. Delhi. Iran, I could go for I could make the jump to Azerbaijan, Caspian Sea, the world is not enough. Or Turkey, Istanbul, the world is not enough. That would again be taking the scenic route. Japan I already took. Switzerland I could go the scenic route to Goldfinger and whatever. No. Yeah. Oh, a small population of lynxes can be found in the Harz Mountains. That's like an hour from here, where I live. Oh yeah, I was there. There was a little section where you could watch them, but they weren't there. They weren't home. They were at a Kate Bush concert. Probably. It's easiest to go over countries. Norway, Sweden, Estonia, Finland, Russia. I can always find my way back to Bond by using it as location filming when something was filmed on location. But since I find that too easy, I will wait with it until I have no other option. So this is the end of the article. What did I first say? I said bow tie. Bow tie. Now I have to think. Bow tie could send me to a dead end. I could connect it to when it is worn, evening wear, combined with a tuxedo or dinner jacket, as we call it here, and see if it gives me a mention of James Bond, which is unlikely. Taking the scenic route via India or Iran, Turkey, whatever, could give me filming locations of The World Is Not Enough or Octopussy. Oh, I'll take India because I have several options. I just need to find them. So, Octopussy was filmed where? I need a list of cities. Culture. It probably doesn't have that. It wasn't filmed in New Delhi. It was filmed at the Taj Mahal. Udaipur. It was filmed in Udaipur. So, and now I need to find that. Or an image where they give me something. The Lake Palace in Udaipur is quite famous. Akbar. Taj Mahal, Agra Fort. The Taj Mahal is only seen briefly in the establishing shot in Octopussy. So it's probably not going to help. Very difficult stretch would be to go via the last Governor General of India, who was played in The Crown. No, who was played in a film about that by Charles Dance. Was it Charles Dance? Could be. No, it wasn't Charles Dance. No, it was the guy from Downton Abbey, who was in Tomorrow Never Dies on the Devonshire. Forgot his name. Totally forgot his name. Okay, let me see. There is Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru. Doesn't help. I need cities, people. I need cities. Geography. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Always wanted to go to India, but somehow never made it. Has somebody of you been to India? Biodiversity. Yeah. Now I go back to links. Politics. No. Government. National symbols. Lotus flower. Doesn't help me. Bengal tiger doesn't help me. First thing I remember is Luciana Paluzzi was in a film called The Tiger of Eshnapur from 1958. She's immensely proud of that because she had to speak German in that. She told me once. Here, what's that? States. Okay. States. That's at least something. Let me see if something triggers me as familiar. Punjab, Rajasthan. That's it. Great. Union territories. Yeah, doesn't help. I thought it would be easier. I'm tempted to go via Soviet Union, but okay. Let me go further down. Economy. It doesn't give me any cities. I have to see the overview. Culture. Performing arts and media. Let me see that. Most of, or a lot of Indian films are shot in Austria, actually. Funny enough. Doesn't help me at all. Doesn't help me at all. Clothing? No. Cuisine? That won't help. Empire tandoori chicken. Bond never ate that. Sport won't help. Maybe cricket, but because cricket was the deleted scene in Casino Royale. Was it cricket? I think it was cricket. It was a cricket match in Pakistan, but it was not in the final film. But that will be mentioned nowhere. Nowhere. Okay. That did not help. Okay. Pooh. Nehru jacket. Yeah. Oh, Nehru jacket. Dr. No. Yeah. But I don't know if it will give me when I click Nehru. I'll take the road via Nehru jacket. But I don't think this will give me the Nehru jacket. But let's try it. That's the Nehru jacket he has on there. Yeah. But here is Lord Mountbatten. I could go through Lord Mountbatten, who was the last governor of British-controlled India. I could find my way through Queen Elizabeth back to James Bond. And Lord Mountbatten was played by Hugh Bonneville. And Hugh Bonneville starred in Downton Abbey. And also in 1997's Tomorrow Never Dies, he was on the Devonshire. He was part of the Devonshire crew. So let me see. Where would I find the Nehru jacket? Early life and career. That is difficult to find, the Nehru jacket. Vision and governing policies. Does it say under his image? Probably not. No. No. It's going to be difficult to find the Nehru jacket, so I go through Lord Mountbatten. First Earl Mountbatten of Burma was killed by the IRA. Yeah. And born in the United Kingdom, yes, but from a German family, so they're all Germans. Make no mistake, they're all Germans. So, let's see. I will have probably a reference to assassination, television appearances, no, assassination legacy. Okay, it's not... There is no... Television appearances. No. There is no mention of people who played him on screen. So... US President Jimmy Carter. His wife was called Rosalind. See? That's where the knowledge kicks in. Stupid knowledge. Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, I could find her car. The Daimler. As in Road to a Million. Oh, God, no. I go through Margaret Thatcher. Maybe I find the cultural depictions of Margaret Thatcher. Oh God, yeah, spitting image. Film, For Your Eyes Only, 1981, played by Janet Brown, and we're back at James Bond. Wow, that was tricky. From links to James Bond via India, Nehru, Margaret Thatcher, and For Your Eyes Only. Wow. Okay. That was a good one, Vinny. Really, that was a good one. I like that. Okay. 6 minutes, over 2 hours. Okay. Good. Nick, when you have an idea for a discussion podcast series, and if you want to do it with me, I would be happy to. You can message me on Instagram, absolutely, no problem. I look at it all the time. So just send everything you want in my direction and we can speak about it and then maybe do something in the future. Yeah. But now I have to stop because when I speak too long, my voice gets really weird in the morning. So I don't want that. Thank you for being part of that. I'm actually secretly working, I can announce that now, on a sort of game show thing that I can do online with several players. Not your average pub quiz kind of thing, but really something with high stakes. If you can win something, I don't know, probably, maybe, because then it would be nicer to have something that people can win. Not £1 million though, because no. But I'm working on a concept for an online game where several people can participate, where you are timed and where you have general knowledge as well as Bond questions. All they are tied together. So just what we did now, there could be something about a Lynx or about Kate Bush and why is it connected to James Bond if there is a connection. So this could be something really interesting, but I just have to put it together with a lot of help from all the programs I have. So this will be a fully interactive audio-visual kind of game show experience that I'm working on, and we could do that every month, every 2 weeks with new contestants. All I have to do is get them on Skype, share my screen so that they see what I see, and then let them rip each other apart and see who comes out the strongest. I would really like that. Yeah, and I'm the game show host. Yeah, having all the answers and having prepared everything, seeing if it fits together, that nothing goes wrong. But I think I could deliver. Something that people would like to watch. Yeah. And Nick, if you have an idea for anything, just throw it on me. Absolutely. Let's talk about it. Good. Dear friends, have a great evening. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for giving me these great challenges. It was fun. I think of something else next time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will go online this week again, maybe on Wednesday, maybe on Thursday. As I said, on the weekend I'm in Hamburg, so then it's only possible the week after. But yeah, I will do something this week. Yep. In the evening. So after 8 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks for being here. Have a great night and see you soon. Bye bye.